Right now, November 24th is in this poly market right here, which is holding at about a 48% chance.
You see, the government can't control crypto like it controls banks and the bogus Federal Reserve, printing money out of thin air. Ronald Reagan said,
Weekend liquid now. We have a large push now already into tokenized equities. We will get Clarity Act, SEC guidelines. We'll work out what we can do in DeFi, what's legitimate.
Hey there, amazing people. Welcome back to Future Millionaire. I'm so pumped you're here with me today. I seriously hope you're crushing it wherever you are in this incredible world of ours. All right, let's dive into something exciting. We're talking XRP today. So check this out. I've got the one-day chart pulled up right here, and we're sitting pretty at $2.64. Now here's what's got me really interested. Earlier today, XRP was looking like it was about to smash through that $2.70 resistance level. It got close, but then, boom, it pulled back down. But here's the thing that has me excited. It's looking like we might be setting up a higher low right now, which could mean we're gearing up for the next big move upward. This pattern is actually pretty fascinating when you think about it. So, guys, I am literally on the edge of my seat waiting for XRP to finally have its massive breakout moment. It's going to be absolutely incredible when it happens. And speaking of incredible, did you see Bitcoin rocket back above $114,000? That was insane. But then just like that, it came crashing back down and dragged the entire market with it. Classic Bitcoin move, right? But here's what I'm watching. If Bitcoin can bounce back from these levels, it's going to lift everything else up with it. Think of Bitcoin as the tide that lifts all boats in the crypto ocean. Now here's where things get really exciting. Wednesday is the day we've all been waiting for. That's when the Fed is expected to announce their rate cut decision. And let me tell you, this could be the catalyst that really ignites this market. We're talking about the potential spark that could launch us straight into alt season. I mean, just imagine if that rate cut comes through. We could see this whole run shift into overdrive. All right, here's the million-dollar question that everyone's asking right now. Just how high could XRP's price rocket in November? And let me tell you, the signals we're seeing are absolutely wild. We could be looking at XRP surging all the way to $3, and there are some seriously bullish factors backing this up. First off, and this is huge, Evernorth just went on a massive shopping spree, accumulating a whopping $1 billion worth of XRP. I mean, when institutions are throwing around that kind of money, you know they see something big coming. But wait, it gets even better. We're also seeing this crazy supply shock happening at the exchanges. What does that mean? Well, when there's less XRP available on exchanges, but demand keeps growing, basic economics tells us the price has got to go up. So when you combine institutional money flooding in with a supply crunch, that's the perfect recipe for a price explosion. And you know what? The whole crypto world is finally waking up to what's happening. XRP is literally disappearing from exchanges. People are starting to pay serious attention to this supply crunch, but here's where I get really excited. I'm telling you right now, if those XRP ETFs get approved, we're not just hitting $3 in November, we're going way beyond that. I'm talking about XRP absolutely exploding to levels that could blow everyone's minds. And here's the kicker. This ETF approval could be the trigger that finally launches us into the alt season we've all been dreaming about. Can you imagine? After waiting so long, this could be the moment everything changes. Right now, that ETF approval is literally the biggest catalyst we're all holding our breath for. It's like we're sitting on a powder keg, and that approval could be the spark that sets everything off. The anticipation is killing me, but in the best way possible. Guys, this could be it, the moment we've all been waiting for. XRP might finally get that spot ETF approval in the United States that we've been hoping for forever. And get this, analyst Nate Garassi just dropped some incredible news that has me absolutely buzzing. He's hinting that we could see these approvals happen within just 2 weeks. Can you believe that? 2 weeks. But here's the catch, and there's always a catch, right? We're just waiting for Washington to sort out this government shutdown situation first. Once they clear that hurdle, we could be looking at green lights across the board. I mean, after all this time of waiting and wondering, the fact that we're talking about a potential 2-week timeline is just mind-blowing. This could be the game changer that XRP holders have been praying for. But hold up. Here's where things get a little tricky. Who exactly said Washington was going to have everything sorted out by Thanksgiving? I mean, let's be real here. We're all hoping they'll get their act together by then, but honestly, your guess is as good as mine. We just don't know for sure if that's actually going to happen or not. And that's the frustrating part, isn't it? We're sitting here with all this incredible potential for XRP, but we're basically at the mercy of politicians figuring out their stuff. Classic government timing, right? Here's the latest on that. Take a listen.
Right now, November 24th is in this poly market right here, which is holding at about a 48% chance. So if you put $100 in there, let's see what that would be paying back. Nice little move there. But is this going to happen by the 24th, do you think?
It's tough. At least right now what we're seeing is they're basically going to keep the government funded, or at least the current proposal is to fund it till the end of Thanksgiving. But that deadline is actually kind of rapidly approaching. Now the question is, do we just fund it for the next 2 weeks, even if we do come to an agreement, and then do this all over again at the end of Thanksgiving? Or do we go for a whole year? So all that macro stuff's being debated right now, but both sides don't seem to be getting any closer to each other. At least here in DC, it's a little quiet, and that's kind of concerning, considering all things that are in limbo right now with the shutdown.
And honestly, he's not sounding too optimistic about this whole Thanksgiving timeline. I can hear it in his tone. He's basically saying, yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. So here's what we might be looking at. This whole government shutdown situation could drag on well into December. I know, not exactly what any of us want to hear, right? But here's the thing that's got me a little worried. If the government stays shut down, we don't get those spot ETFs approved. But wait, before we get too bummed out, let me share some pretty exciting news that just dropped. So Eleanor Tourette from Canary Funds just announced that their spot, Hedera, and Litecoin ETFs are officially live and kicking. They're actually starting to trade on NASDAQ tomorrow, which is today by the time you're watching this. Pretty wild, right? CEO Stephen McClurg is pumped about this launch, and honestly, so am I. But here's what's really interesting. Litecoin and Hedera are now the next crypto ETFs to go live after Ethereum. We're seeing this whole ETF wave building momentum, and it gets even better. Eric Balchunas just confirmed that the New York Stock Exchange has given the green light to Bitwise's spot Solana ETF. That's launching tomorrow too. Plus, Grayscale's Solana ETF is converting on Wednesday. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. How is all this happening during a government shutdown? Great question. Here's the thing. Some of these regulatory processes can actually move forward even when the government is shut down. It's all about something called operation of law. Basically, those 8A filings are just as crucial as the S ones for getting these ETFs ready to roll. Let me break this down super quick for you. The 8A filing basically registers the ETF shares for trading on exchanges under the 1934 Act, while the S1 registers them under the Securities Act of 1933. Think of them as two different but equally important pieces of the puzzle. This morning, the New York Stock Exchange certified all those 8A filings, and that's literally the final step before these ETF shares can start trading. But here's where XRP gets the short end of the stick again. The SEC staff still needs to give the thumbs up on those S1 registration statements. And guess what? The government has to reopen for the SEC to sign off on XRP spot ETFs. Sigh. Once again, XRP gets stuck in another delay. How many times have we been through this dance before? It's honestly getting a little frustrating. But you know what? I'm genuinely excited about this Hedera ETF launch. I actually hold some HAR myself, and I think it's such a solid, well-rounded cryptocurrency. It's a real utility token that's going to play a major role in the new financial system we're building. Don't get me wrong, though. I would absolutely love to see those XRP spot ETFs get approved already. But once again, we're stuck waiting for the government to get its act together and reopen. The waiting game continues. XRP takes 286% bigger bite than Solana in the $921 million weekly crypto fund surge. Okay, get this. XRP just absolutely crushed it last week. We're talking $84.3 million in inflows. That's a massive 11% of all crypto money flowing in. And here's the kicker. It beat Solana by a whopping 286%. Like it wasn't even close. And you know what's driving all this? Pure ETF excitement. People are literally throwing money at XRP because they can smell those ETFs coming. The buzz is absolutely insane right now. I mean, you already know what's going to happen when those XRP ETFs finally launch, right? It's going to be like opening the floodgates. The money that's already circling around XRP is just going to pour in like crazy. The demand we're seeing right now? It's beyond astronomical. It's off the charts. But here's what's driving me nuts. It feels like the more we all want this thing, the longer they keep making us wait. It's like some cruel joke or something. And the timing of all this? Come on. Of all the moments for the government to shut down, it has to be right before we're about to get XRP ETF approval? Seriously? I'm seeing people in the comments saying this whole shutdown thing didn't just happen by accident. They're saying this was planned, that someone deliberately timed this to mess with XRP. And honestly, I'm starting to wonder if they might be onto something. But here's the thing, and this is what keeps me going. No matter how many delays they throw at us, no matter how frustrating this gets, those XRP spot ETFs are going to get approved eventually. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when that magical moment finally happens, oh man, wherever XRP's price is sitting at that exact moment, we are absolutely rocketing higher. I'm talking about a launch that's going to be spectacular to watch. XRP is just sitting there, locked and loaded, ready to make us some serious money. The potential is just waiting to explode, and when it does, wow, it's going to be incredible to be part of this journey with all of you. Look, we all know XRP is going to make us money. That's not even a question. But here's what cracks me up. Everyone's out there playing fortune teller saying, oh, it's happening on this day, or no, wait, it's definitely happening on that day. You want to know the truth? It's going to happen when absolutely none of us see it coming. We're all going to wake up one random morning, check our phones, and bam, XRP is going absolutely ballistic. Because let's be honest here, nobody, and I mean nobody, can predict this crazy market right now. I mean, everything looks super bullish at the moment, right? But hold on, what if Wednesday comes around and the Fed decides not to cut interest rates? Plot twist, suddenly we could be back to trading sideways, or even worse, we might see another dip. Yikes. Now don't get me wrong, I'm pretty confident the Fed is going to cut those rates, and when they do, oh boy, the crypto market is going to shoot up faster than a rocket. But here's the thing that's been driving me nuts this entire cycle. We've been to this exact spot so many times before. Remember? We get all pumped up thinking, this is it. This is go time. Everything looks absolutely incredible. We're all getting excited and then, wham! Something comes out of nowhere and smacks the market back down. It's like crypto's favorite game is getting our hopes up just to mess with us. Guys, I am so ready for this breakout to finally happen. Like, seriously, I just want to see XRP do its thing already. Now check this out. Chad Steingraber just shared something that absolutely blew my mind, and I had to show you the original clip because you're not going to believe this. Are you ready for this? It's actually Newsmax. Yes, you heard that right. Newsmax, suggesting that we could potentially pay off the entire national debt using XRP. I know. When I first saw this, I had to do a double take. Like, did they really just say that on national television? This is getting wild, you guys. All right, let me play this clip for you because you absolutely have to hear this for yourself.
You see, the government can't control crypto like it controls banks and the bogus Federal Reserve, printing money out of thin air. Ronald Reagan famously said, that the government operates very simply. If it moves, regulate it. If it stops moving, subsidize it. If you can't do either, ban it. He didn't know about blockchain. Reagan didn't know about the fourth option. Become what you seek to control. The government's only option to actually have any seat at the table in any type of control over crypto is to participate in it. If you own it, that's great for you. It's going to be worth a ton. After all, we can just print money, buy crypto with it. That's why crypto's here to stay. It's the answer to make sure that even if we do lose a tooth on the zipper again, it doesn't matter. But more importantly, the value of that seamless zipper could be the trick to wipe out the country's national debt. Print money, devalue the dollar, explode crypto investments, sell it, wipe out the national debt, replenish the national gold reserves, fund Social Security, rapid deflation, and reset the system to before the Federal Reserve ever left the gold standard.
You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.
So, let me break this down for you. What we just heard is absolutely mind-blowing. This guy literally just laid out the blueprint for a completely new financial system and a way to eliminate the US debt. Like, they're actually talking about using crypto to wipe out our national debt on mainstream media. But here's what gets me even more excited. XRP doesn't just help with the debt problem. It actually makes the US dollar stronger. Think about this for a second. With XRP, we could send US dollars anywhere in the world, and I mean anywhere, in literally seconds, and it would cost less than a penny to do it. Less than a penny, guys! Can you imagine what that means? We're talking about a supercharged dollar that can zip around the globe faster than you can blink. That's not just convenient, that's revolutionary. It would make the US dollar the most powerful and efficient currency the world has ever seen. This isn't just about crypto anymore. This is about America having the ultimate financial advantage on the global stage. Elon Musk Grok states how high XRP needs to rise to pay off the US debt. As soon as I saw that Newsmax clip, I was like, yup, here we go. Now the real articles are going to start dropping. And sure enough, so get this. They're saying XRP needs to hit $350 per token just to handle the US debt alone. $350. But wait, it gets even crazier than that. When you factor in everything else XRP is designed to do, moving value around the globe, handling tokenized assets, we're talking about prices in the 5 digits. I'm not even kidding here. We could be looking at $10,000, $20,000, maybe even higher. Now, when is this going to happen? Well, if we get this new financial system rolling by 2028, which honestly looks pretty likely at this point, then yeah, we're probably going to see these insane prices by then. And here's the thing that really drives this home. If XRP is going to move the world's money, it absolutely cannot stay at $2 or $3. David Schwartz from Ripple told us this ages ago. The math just doesn't work at these low prices. But even that $350 figure, that's still way too cheap when you think about the big picture. Remember, XRP isn't just some US-only thing. This is a global bridge currency we're talking about. It's literally built to move anything of value anywhere in the world, instantly. And here's what really gets me excited. The IMF has mentioned XRP and Stellar multiple times. The Bank for International Settlements, the European Central Bank, all these major central banks. They all know what's coming. The central banks aren't playing guessing games here. They already know the end game. They're planning to use RippleNet and XRP to move the entire world's money. This isn't speculation anymore, folks. This is the plan. All right, this next piece of news is absolutely huge, and it's coming straight from Standard Chartered Bank, so you know this is legit. They're estimating that we've got about 6 to 8 more months before institutional money finally gets the regulatory clarity they need for DeFi. That's like having a countdown timer to when the big money really starts flowing in. But here's where it gets really spicy. He's saying that one major bank is going to drop a massive announcement about entering the crypto space next year. And when that happens, oh boy, it's going to be like dominoes falling. All the other banks are going to see this and think, wait, we can't let them get ahead of us. And then, bam, we're going to see the biggest FOMO rush from traditional banks that we've ever witnessed. This could be the moment that changes everything. Let me play this clip for you because you need to hear this straight from the source.
I think it's going to be massive, actually, and I'll probably go even slightly further than the other guys. I think we have now the tokenized cash version, call it what you like. We have the tokenized money market fund stuff. We have each of these weekend liquid now. We have a large push now already into tokenized equities. We will get Clarity Act, SEC guidelines. We'll work out what we can do in DeFi, what's legitimate, what can scale in DeFi. And I think this is all like in the next 6 to 9 months, actually. And so I think if we today have something like $30 billion in tokenized real-world assets outstanding, in 12 months, we're going to be at like 300 billion. So I think you're just at that acceleration point where regulation, liquidity, and others can come together, and we can move very, very quickly. So it's equities now. It will be tokenized broader funds at some stage. Like when I talk to the real money accounts, at some stage next year, one of the main ones that possibly starts with B is going to say, okay, here's like $50 billion fund, which is now all in tokenized space. And when after that, you'll get all the FOMO from all the others doing exactly the same, right? So we're just now at that tipping point in tokenized real-world asset space. And the average person will end up with a new wallet in their phone. They won't know the cash part is stablecoins. They won't know the equity part is tokenized Apple stock. They won't know the money market fund is with Biddle, right? So, and because of AI agents next year, when everyone has that as well, every time you get paid every month, an individual will be able to be super capital efficient, right? So money comes in and goes out immediately to each of these assets, and you can get in and out of them on weekends. You can do stuff in DeFi with them to get extra leverage as well. So I think we're just there now. At this explosion. So actually for me, if 2025 has been about stablecoins, 2026 might be all about this, quite seriously.
Eric, I see.
Did you catch that? He literally just confirmed exactly what I've been saying to you guys this whole time. All it takes is one bank, just one, to make that bold move and get ahead of their competition. And then, it's like lighting a fuse. The network effect kicks in, and suddenly every single bank is scrambling, thinking, oh no, we're getting left behind. That's when the real FOMO madness starts. Bank after bank will start jumping in because nobody wants to be the last one to the party. It's going to be absolutely wild to watch this unfold.
And institutional adoption has already begun. Bitwise crypto adoption by institutions.
And look at this, you can see them right here. Check out what they're already diving into. We're talking tokenization, crypto, ETFs, ETPs, crypto trading, custody, they're all over this space. But here's what gets me really excited. Soon it's going to expand into payments and private crypto funds too. This is just the beginning. And here's where things get absolutely insane. You're going to start seeing companies building XRP treasuries in the very near future. I'm talking major corporations just stockpiling XRP. And when that starts happening, oh man, it's going to trigger another one of those network effects we just talked about. Picture this. One company announces they're holding XRP as a treasury asset. Then another company sees that and thinks, wait, that's actually brilliant. Then another and another. It's going to snowball like crazy. Same exact thing is going to happen with payments. Once one or two banks start using XRP for payments and they realize, holy cow, we're saving a ton of money and moving funds lightning fast. All the other banks are going to take notice real quick. They're going to want that same competitive advantage, so they'll jump on board too. That's the beautiful domino effect that leads to institutional adoption, which then pushes us straight into mass adoption. Guys, this isn't just wishful thinking anymore. This is absolutely coming. And we're going to be right here watching it all unfold.
And you know what? It's already starting to happen. We're seeing it at a grassroots level right now. The foundation is being built as we speak. But like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, as I'm recording this right now, I'm literally staring at the XRP chart. And guess what I'm seeing? We've got ourselves a beautiful higher low forming. And you know what that means? We could be gearing up for another breakout attempt. Man, I really hope this is the one that sticks. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we finally get that explosive move we've all been waiting for. But until that magical moment happens, here's what I need from all of you. Stay patient with me. Keep that positive energy flowing, and let's ride this journey to wealth together. We're in this as a team, and I truly believe our time is coming. All right, everyone. That's going to wrap up today's video. I seriously want to thank each and every one of you for being here with me today. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I genuinely appreciate all the support you show this channel. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, keep holding strong and keep believing. Peace out.